Okay, guys, just had a little bit of technical difficulties. I'm just resuming. All right, so basically what I was saying is that, as far as, as us as blacks, there is an inept for crime. I don't have to tell you the stats. We know. It's like, oh well, you just saying that. No, we know what's going on in our own hoods. We don't have to have a white man to tell us what's going on. We know. Every black man has quantifiable evidence how we get down in our own neighborhoods. We don't have to have any white man to come in there and tell us, or any type of FBI statistics to know how we gets busy in our own hoods. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that, when it comes to that, and this is all going to relate back to special forces. But what I'm saying is that we need to know how to harness that energy for good. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I'll give you an analogy. It's like a fire. You can have a fire. And you can have that fire in the middle of the woods, and it is frigid temperatures, freezing cold outside, and you build a fire. That fire could save your life, because it's in the right environment. But you take that same fire and you build a fire inside of a living room of a home on the carpet, and that same fire that could save your life could end up burning down the entire house and everybody in it, and consume you as well. So that's what I mean about, are you a conduit of, you could take that same energy and use it for good. So all this killing and in the hoods, and all of this violence that we perpetrate in our own hoods, this could be taken to do good in the world as well as our own communities. So instead of having our death rates in the black community go up, we could have the death rates in the black community go down, and we could also have death rates around the world go down, and it's a twofold thing. So what I'm saying is that now I'm going to go back to the whole emasculation of black men, because I had to tackle that part to get to the next part, so there's no excuse for us as black men to not be able to do something at that high of a level. We are more than capable of facing adversity, when it comes to special forces. As the black man, we have been facing adversity since childhood. And I'm not talking about the cookie cutter, oh, the white man got me down. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about stuff in our own community. In our own community. You feel me? We know what it is. We know what time it is I'm gonna keep it real with you. I grew up listening to rap music like the rest of y'all. That's all we had, it was rap, and so all of the majority of the people that I listen to in the rap game been gunned down, not by the Klansmen, but by us. You see what I'm saying? So when we talk about adversity, we know that we are, like Ricky Smiley say, we are our own worst enemy. We're our own worst enemy. So we come up through adversity we grow up through the most difficult environments. Not only that, but father absence. We grow up with that. We grow up being around women full of estrogen, having to battle that. You see what I'm saying? We grow up in war zones. So there's no excuse why a black man cannot make it out here. Hold on, let me see if I can. Hang on, guys, let me get my brightness right. There's no reason why a black man cannot make it out here, as well as go to special forces and succeed. Oh, well, I can't do that. Man, I might get killed. I might get shot. I might get gunned down. Oh, really now? Yeah, I know. Yeah. Majority of black men are targets, are soft targets. We were born soft targets. You see what I'm saying? And so all this is for is to say that everything that we do can be harnessed. It can be harnessed. It can be harnessed for good. You know? It can be done for good. And that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping, that everyone, gets this message from what I'm saying. Also, too, I'm gonna say this too, but every black man should look in. If you can't do special forces, we should go into law enforcement. Hold on, guys. Hang on. This phone, I tell you, you get a new phone, you kind of short on what's what, and I hate that, doing this while I'm talking, but build it while we fly it, right? So what I'm saying is that we should go into going into law enforcement. And here's another thing I'm going to say too. We always say that, oh man, these white folks, these crackers are killing us. They're killing us, We say that a lot. That's what we say. Oh, they're killing us. Why are they doing this to us? And it's like, okay, all right. Well, if that's the case, if we really are so concerned about the white police officers, the white racist, Klansmen, neo-Nazi police officers killing us, then let me ask you this. Why don't we go and become police officers to police our own neighborhoods? And there was a discussion on TV years ago, and I thought about this point then, and watching, I watch these things on YouTube called Police Activity, and I'm looking to see, and I look to see certain cities and counties on their policing situation, the LEOs, law enforcement, and I see when they get to Atlanta, there's a lot of black police officers that are in Atlanta, in the Fulton County area, and I noticed that hang on 1 second, guys. This is bugging the crap out of me. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. All right. And so I see that there's a lot of black police officers in Atlanta. And so I'm noticing that when these police officers go and they got to handle us, there's no any type of backlash. And what I was about to say when I was about to say earlier about I noticed something is that a lot of times, a lot of reasons why black people don't become police officers in their own hood, because they know what time it is. They don't want to deal with us. It's not that they don't like law enforcement. They don't want to have to deal with us. That's one of the main problems. Yeah. You basically got to go out there and be a full-time babysitter. But you know what though? Some guys are built for it. Some guys are built for it. Some guys have a heart to want to go and make a change. And when you go to the hoods, even in good communities, and you are doing your job as a law enforcement officer, as a respectful law enforcement officer, there's so many eyes that are watching us, and it's kind of like a you leave a good impression on older people, on children, and then now you can change the narrative. You change the narrative because now you become the narrative. Wow, I thought all law enforcement were scumbags and race soldiers. As we hear from a lot of our own community. But here's the thing. You have, and I'm about to kind of, get onto my little kind of a soapbox here, but it's got to be said. When you have, all of these people, politicians that are saying defund the police, and the Black Lives Matter movement that want to defund the police, and the Ilhan Omars that want to defund the police. But you have to look at the real picture, and not the picture that they portray. They love law enforcement. When they go to these events and they're speaking for tens of thousands of dollars, and they have these dinners where they have these $15,000 plates, they are dripped down in local law enforcement, federal law enforcement. They wouldn't go to those events without them. They respect you. They respect you in private, but demonize the law enforcement in public. That's a problem. But at the end of the day, each one reach one. If I go out here and become a law officer in my own community, and I'm doing the best I can do, and I risk my life every day, that aspect doesn't, that aspect, a lot of people don't talk about that. It's a thankless job. It's a thankless job. But there are people, there are men and women that are cut out for it. And I'm speaking for the men that are cut out for it. You see what I'm saying? There are a lot of us that are cut out for it. Hold on, guys. Let's see here. All right. There are a lot of us that are cut out for it. So what I'm saying is this. We, as black men, have been through a lot. We have been through a lot. We've came up and we've seen a lot. Trauma has been there since day one. So we can handle environments that are not conducive to a regular person that has grown up and that hasn't seen anything. We're the ones that are cut out and that are made for it. We are made for it. Like I said in my previous video, look at us in sports. We are made for the toughest sports. We're made for it. We excel in it. We embrace it. So we need to realize that the way the world is going today, they don't want you to become a law enforcement officer. They want black men to walk around with pink drawers on and they pants pulled down and they belt up under their nut and they belt and a Chanel belt up under their nuts, and they want us to walk around like that with a bonnet on. Not a do-rag, a bonnet, a pink bonnet, a sponge bob bonnet. That's what they want black men to become. They want to basically castrate you without the castration. You see, now they are trying to castrate children. Castrate them. They want to castrate boys. They want to castrate, the boys, and they want to castrate the men mentally. When they castrate you, you're useless. You're nothing. You're nothing. When you castrate a boy, he's nothing. And here's the key, and I'm gonna let you guys go. When you castrate a boy, you castrate a generation. You castrate generations. I'm not gonna get into a whole soapbox here about abortion, but when you abort a black male baby, you abort legacies and generations with an S on it. You don't just kill that black baby, you're killing hundreds of great-grands, great-grands, uncles, nephews. You're killing all of that. When you castrate a man, you're killing all of that as well. Don't let society castrate your dreams. Don't let the media castrate your dreams. Don't let anyone castrate your dreams. There's nothing stopping you from being a special forces. There's nothing stopping you from being the best law enforcement officer that you can be. The only person that's stopping that is you. And then for people that says, well, that's a dangerous lifestyle, so is waking up being a black man in a black neighborhood. But the thing of it is, when you use what you have in your toolbox for good, that right there creates legacies. And that right there is something to go to bed and be proud about. Something you can look at yourself in the mirror and like, you know what? I did that today. And when your day is done and they got to put that on your tombstone, you'll have great grandkids and grandkids, nieces and nephews coming to that grave and saying, wow, if I could only be half of the man that he is. That's what you want. That's what we need. Thanks.